What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. So in this video, I want to go over some patch notes for Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. It was 4 days ago, December 11th, now it's December 15th, that we got a patch for MK11. And the patch notes were just recently released about a day ago, and I want to take this time to go over this with all of you guys here. So the most significant of these patch notes comes more towards the bottom here, and this is where we will start. So Robocop is the significant thing that was changed, but it all stems from a fix that also was applied to Scorpion. So Scorpion, he has his Demon Breath special. Now when he hits you with this in the corner, you're jailed into an unblockable throw. And while yes, you can tech the throw, you can't duck it, jump, attack, nothing. You're jailed into this unblockable. And like I said, while you can tech it, forward or backwards throw in MK11 is a 50-50. You still have to guess which direction you will be thrown. Scorpion has a crushing blow on both throws. So if he has this crushing blow loaded and then he demon breaths you in the corner, you're now jailed into a 50-50 in which both unblockables will do 30%. So if you guess wrong off this unblockable, you lose 30%. That's now been fixed. You now can duck it, jump out of it, etc. The reason why you can't be thrown out of hit stun in fighting games is because the throw is an unblockable. And when you're caught in hit stun, you can't move. So you're jailed into an unblockable. Being jailed into strikes is one thing because you can block the strike. This is an unblockable, so fighting games do this to prevent the jailing into an unblockable issue. Well, Robocop was something a little bit more imbalanced, NetherRealm thought so, at least, where he could do his flamethrower, but he has a command throw. So the flamethrower, anywhere on the screen, acted like Scorpion's Demon Breath does in the corner. So anywhere on the screen, when Robocop hit you with his flamethrower, you were jailed into a grab. But Robocop has a command throw, and unlike a standard throw, a command throw cannot be teched. You can't escape it. So flamethrower into command throw was just straight, guaranteed, unblockable, unbreakable, untechable damage. So in order to balance this out, what NetherRealm did was they went ahead and they put a conflict in which if you tried to go in tournament mode or equip these two moves in a variation and take it into competitive modes of play, the game wouldn't allow you to select this variation due to a conflict in the competitive balance of the game. Now, after this patch, you go into tournament mode. Now you can equip the flamethrower, and then you can go down and equip his command throw. And now it says no conflicts. There's no longer a restriction on equipping these two moves in competitive mode of play, both in tournament mode and online. The reason why this is so good is, we have customs now in MK11 Ultimate. But there are some characters who are still, oh, you can't equip that move because it's banned. This move has a conflict. That move has the conflict, and so on and so on. So NetherRealm obviously knew about this, right? They knew that, hey, Robocop could jail you into a command throw, which is why they didn't address it. Clearly they wanted, this move to not have a conflict, but they figured, you know what, we'll go back and address it later. But think about moves in the game right now that are currently banned or have conflicts. Clearly NRS would like all the moves to be usable. Like if they can, they don't want any moves to be banned or have any conflicts. If they can get these moves in a manner which they feel is balanced for competitive play, they'll do it. Look at Terminator's Terminate. Much like Robocop scenario, for right now they say, hey, we want to make this move legal, but as it is right now, we're just not able to get around to it yet. What if they make it like Jason Voorhees in MKX, where he, after X amount of time, the armor wore off and he fell asleep and was open for a full combo punish? What if Terminator, after X amount of time, his armor wears off, and then instead of just being able to guard and go about his business normally and have a cooldown on the ability, maybe he deactivates and shuts down and he's open for a full combo? You combine that with the ability to armor break him as he's in this mode to begin with, and the move becomes balanced and can now be equipped in competitive play. Sub-Zero's Ground Puddle, you can make it blockable. You can tone it down and then tone it up to match its tone down so that it becomes balanced but still usable. And you can do this for a lot of other moves in the game as well. Sindel has a move that's banned from tournament play and so on and so forth. And of course, there are various conflicts throughout the game. I think this is a sure sign that NRS is going to go in sooner rather than later and make a lot of these banned moves, make them so they are now usable in competitive play, fit for a competitive balance. The same thing with a lot of these conflicts. So this is a good sign for the game and the direction that they're taking it. Moving on to more of the patch notes here. A lot of these are bug fixes. So there was a bug with Cetrion's Hell's Wrath in which Collector, if he's standing in his Veil of Sorrow flames, he was immune to this. This is just a message being displayed improperly with Jax. This is a weird animation with Johnny Cage. Again, a bug with Joker. This was really irritating, and I'm glad they fixed this. Katana's jump attacks from retreating and advancing fan flutter didn't auto-face properly. This was insanely irritating when I was trying to test this move out. I'm glad they fixed it. The rest of this is just bug fixes around how messages are displayed off certain attacks. All right, Kung Lao's uppercut, without his hat, had extra immunity to highs. So uppercuts are immune to highs during their active frames. And the reason why you're getting thrown out of an uppercut is because your uppercut has just left its active frames and is just now in its recovery frames. So it feels like you got thrown out of the uppercut, but what happened is the active frames were off and you got thrown out of its recovery. Well, Kung Lao's down 2 without the hat. When he doesn't have the hat in his hand, maybe he used it and it's still coming back, it's in its cooldown. He has extra immunity to highs without the hat. That's now been fixed. They fixed some more throw immunity issues here and fixed a visual bug here. Melina, her jump attacks function by the old jump-in system. They fixed that, and they fixed some more throw immunity issues. Rain's Hydro Boost, they fixed it having different properties when facing left or right. They also toned down the special moves off of Hydro Boost. They toned the damage down on that, and they also gave you a larger window to flawless block these attacks. So now when you block the Amplify Hydro Boost when he's on his way down, you have a bigger window to flawless block his drop-down attacks. Argus Plunge Crushing Blow had a weird visual effect when it hit the opponent in the corner, and the guitar had a weird sound effect that would happen. They fixed that. Rambo's jump attack, same as Melina. They function by the old jump-in system. They fixed that. This was also kind of irritating. So his up 2. So up 2s are supposed to be throw immune and immune to air attacks. This was not happening. If you try to do up 2 on Wake Up, you could actually be hit at certain points by air attacks and throws. They fixed that. And this was really, really, really weird that his back 3, it functioned differently. That was very, very strange. But they fixed that now. It's now correctly a high parry instead of a low parry. We went over Robocop and Scorpion. Sindel, her Regal Presence canceled, no longer has throw immunity during some of its cancel frames. So Shang Tsung here, his Soul Swap, this used to be able to kill pre-Ultimate. When Ultimate was launched, they made it so it can no longer kill. So if you're on pixels of health here, the Soul Swap will not cause death. Now, if you're affected by one of his 2 spells, the Vile Inscriptions or Malignant Sorcery, if you have those spells on you, the Soul Swap will once again cause death if you are within that life range. Shiva, the projectiles of Flame Barrage or for Dragon Stance, they now start up 3 frames apart from each other, and they can once again be projectile parried. Scarlet, this is a bug fix. And Sub-Zero, so his jump attacks, so once he does his Rising Ice, Amplify, he can do jump attacks while he's airborne. The damage of these are slightly toned down, and the air axe damage off of this has been slightly toned down. And this is really between 1 to 3% of damage difference. It's not much. It's barely even noticeable, really. So I really think that this patch shows a lot of good things. They're obviously doing a lot more maintenance on the game now than they did over the last few months. And I feel like they're showing that they really want to get the game in a better place going forward still. They want to make more moves playable, which gives more freedom in the variation system. And they're monitoring buggy things like throw immunity that shouldn't be there, extra immunity on things that shouldn't be there, moves that don't function properly. They're going back in and they're fixing these things one by one. And eventually, sooner rather than later, they'll get around to all these fixes. And I think the game is just, each time they do a patch, getting to be in a better place. and I'm really pleased with a lot of the changes that are happening to the game. That's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you liking MK11 Ultimate? Are you liking the direction they're taking the game with some of these patches? Let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments. I always love hearing from each and every one of you. As always, thanks so much for all the support and watching all the videos that I put up, and stay tuned for more content.